All right. Happy Tuesday, everyone. We are live. We are back. Q Eclectic Tarot is back from vacation, and we are going to get energetically nosy today. So, everyone, please come in. I'm very happy to be here with you all today on this fine Tuesday. Yes, please come in. Please come in. Hey, Natasha. Donna. Hey, how are you? Yes, come on in. Let me grab my lovely iPad. Yes, I am back from vacation. I am very tan. I am very sun-kissed, but it's a beautiful thing, right? It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. So, think things are out here happening and, I just don't, I have no control over these things. But like I said, we are going to get into it and see what's going on. So give me 1 second. Let me see something real quick because just a couple of moments before we get into it. Okay. All right. How have you all been? Listen, I went to the DR and I have some thoughts about that. I don't know if I will share that. Um, I don't know if I will share that here publicly. We might have to go uh on a private link to talk about the things. I'm trying to decide whether or not I'm going to drill. Uh, whether or not I'm going to drill. But let me just say that I had a great. Mm, I was thankful for the vacation. Let me say that. Thankful for the vacation. But we're not here to talk about my vacation. We are here to get into Clive Davis's energy. And we're going to see what spirit has to say about this person because, from what I heard in these from what I heard in these uh streets is that I heard that this man is, I ain't saying he the devil, but I heard that, it's possible that he did some effed up things. So, we're gonna see what spirit got to say. So everybody please come in. Please come in. Please like the video on your way in. Like the video on your way in. Yeah. So let me get this set up so we can get into this gentleman's energetic business. This gentleman's energetic business. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Let me see what's going on. Oh, but I am refreshed. I am refreshed, and I am definitely looking forward to my next vacation. My next vacation. I don't know which one it might be. It might be Korea. It might be St. Croix. I don't know where I'm going next, but definitely looking forward to my next vacation. Definitely looking forward to my next vacation. Okay, and the sun is doing what the sun does. Okay. Probably can't see that I'm tan, which is fine. But, you know. So yeah, let me see what everyone is doing, talking about. Okay. Sleepy B. Hey girl. Sexy RN. Let me tell y'all something. Sexy RN texted me. Sexy RN sent me a text message and she was just like, so cute, Clive Davis. This man, he dead. Maybe you can look into it. And right when you sent me that, I was putting the live stream together. So we're on the same frequency. Uh-huh. We're on the same frequency, girl. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, Donna, I don't know where you been, but like I said, I was gone. I was gone. Listen, let me tell y'all real quick. I had a my flight to Punta Cana to the Dominican Republic. My flight was split into two flights. So I flew from San Francisco into Houston and then Houston to DR. And our flight left late that night heading down that way. And I know that a lot of airlines are retiring like the older lay down business class um cabins. But let me tell y'all saw when I put that picture of my feet up there, how I couldn't reach. Yeah, yeah, the long haul flat bed like business cabin seats. Yeah, I'm so short. I am so short. My feet couldn't even reach. But yeah, so yeah, I was in one of those ones where the seats could be any way, they could be forward or backward. So Mr. Hoodoo and I seats were actually facing the back of the plane. So when the plane was flying, we were actually flying like backwards. So that was interesting. Yeah. So but listen, oh, let me take this bracelet off. This is not a representation of my sorority. But listen, like I said, the DR was the DR. We may have to have a different stream about that. But I said all that to say that I did stream before I left, Donna. So, but I know you kind of haven't been around for a while. I know you've been working on things and all like that. But yeah, I've had some streams. I've introduced the divination rods, the divination rods into my repertoire as far as divination goes. So we've been doing some things over here. Glad you're good. Glad you're good. Hey, CS, growing process. I mean, listen. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. That's all I can say. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Miss Anonymous, hey boo. Hey boo. Hey boo. Yes, 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 yes. Hey boo. Okay, so y'all know how I go. Hey, CN1. I heard that girl. Oh, you buying a house right now? Girl, you buying a house? Okay, girl. I ain't mad at you. Get your house, girl. Get your house. But yeah, so my next vacation is not vacation. I will be in Vegas next month, July 19th to July 24th. I will be in the fabulous Las Vegas, myself and 20,000 of my sorority sisters of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. We will be in Vegas. So, for all the people that live in Vegas, the Vegas is their home. Forgive us now for clogging up the streets. Forgive us now for taking up all the reservations in the restaurants. Forgive us for being all over the hotels and in the restaurants, in the streets, and doing whatever else that we're doing. You're going to be like, why is all these women here wearing the pink and green? That's why. So I'll be in Vegas. That's my next trip. Although we may go to San Diego in a couple weeks. We might go to San Diego in a couple weeks. But then after that, it's officially Vegas. Then after that, it's either Korea or St. Croix or both. And then we are definitely going to Cancun in December. We have already bought our flights. We bought our tickets yesterday. So, okay. You say you will be in Tampa. That's right, girl. That's right, girl. Y'all gonna be in Tampa. Enjoy Tampa, girl. Enjoy Tampa. Make sure you go to Kiki's for breakfast. Kiki's Breakfast Cafe. Okay, amen. So, all right. Hey, Laura. So y'all know how this goes. We are going to get into Clive Davis's business. His energetic business. I have heard things. I don't know anything about Clive Davis. I have never given the music industry that much thought. I really haven't because y'all know me. I don't care. But we're going to see what Spirit says. We're going to see what Spirit says. So, if you would like to ask a question that you want me to answer, please put either a purple heart or a purple crystal ball next to your question so that I can differentiate your question from the regular chit chat that goes on in the chat. Okay. And we are going to be here as until I get tired. Once I get spiritually tired, I end the streams. So we probably got about an hour and a half to 2 hours. So, all right. So the first question is from Sexy RN. And Sexy RN asks, will any person come out and claim to be a victim? Let's see. All right. Let's see. Will anyone come out and claim to be a victim? Flora said, hey, Eclectic Tarot, I had to come for this when he passed. I was like, listen, him and Alan Greenspan dying on the same day. Y'all know my little spiritual antenna went up. I was just like, that's very interesting. Okay, so let's start getting into it. Let's start getting into it. 5 of Cups. Reverse. Ooh. Ooh. So we got 5 of Cups. This is reversed. So it's upside down for me. So this is what this looks like for me. This looks like this for me. Don't mind my nails. They have grown out already. It's been a week. Okay, five of Pentacles. Reverse. 3 of Swords. Reverse. So right now what we are looking at cards of risk, right? Even numbers are stability. Even numbers are stable because it's a 1-to-1 match. When you have odd numbers, they are numbers that can indicate instability, indicate themes of, instability, something that's rocky, something that's, skeptical or whatnot. Right now, what I'm seeing as of right now, Sexy RN, no, because they don't want to. As of right now, will someone come out as a victim? No. Here's why. Because they don't want sentiment to change. Okay. However, people felt about them, they don't want that to change. They don't want to risk their money or their standing. And they don't want to be part of like gossip. Okay. As of right now, no. Also, what I'm getting from this is people are going to be like, well, if that was the case, why are you saying something now? You should have said something back then. Okay. So that's the energy. That's the energy around this. So right now, they out here like, they ain't gonna say nothing yet. As of right now, no. As of right now, no. Because the ground is too shaky. Yeah. On top of that, there were so many people who quote unquote loved this man because for them he represented being an industry titan, right? So there is a lot of energetic love for this man. Okay. So for example, like Jay-Z, there is a lot of music industry love for Jay-Z, right? It's to the point where if you say anything about him, you're automatically hating or you're jealous, right? Or you want to bring down Black people who have found success, right? We know how that goes. Jay-Z is considered a rap industry titan. Clive Davis is considered a titan. So when we are talking about titans of industry, right? They have this energetic protection around them. A lot of people don't want to get involved trying to deal with that. So that's this false equivalent of it's not love, but it is a form of protection. Okay. It's a form of protection. So no, people don't want to say anything right now because how are you going to fight a titan of industry? How are you going to fight the legacy of a titan of industry? Okay. So the answer right there is no. At least for right now is no. For right now, it's no. Um, okay, the next question is also from Sexy RN. And Sexy RN is just going straight for the jugular right now. Straight for the jugular right now. Okay. Straight for the jugular right now. Hey, Starry Eye. Hey, girl. Hey, Sweet Aces Silhouette. People. All right. Sexy RN asks, was he the mastermind? A witness pass. All right. Ooh. Okay, so we got this Five of Cups again. Five of Cups again. It is reversed again. It is reversed again. Ooh, woo, 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 woo. We have the moon here. We have the moon here. The moon is here in reverse. Okay, so now I gotta keep going, and let me try and get my laptop to where y'all can really see. Okay, I see the moon here. I am curious about this moon. All these cards are reversed for me right now. So let's see. Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't want to say he. Let me say this. And allegedly, even though the man is dead, he probably still has an estate or whatever like that. Let me say this. Allegedly, he was involved. Do I see him as the mastermind? No. I see there's a woman who took point on that. There's a woman who took point on the demise of Whitney. This was a group effort. This is a group effort. It was at least 3 people involved. This is a group effort. This was a group effort. This is a group effort. Okay. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Kevin. So, was he the mastermind? No. I'm seeing there's a woman. I'm seeing there's a woman. Okay. Queen of Swords. Okay. Very crafty. Okay. I'm seeing a woman here. There was a woman who felt some type of way about her, who didn't really like her, who had some type of emotional beef with her. Was he the mastermind? No. Did he allegedly partake in it? Yes. It was at least 3 people. At least 3 people. At least 3 people. I can already see this is going to be a lot. Let me take a sip of water. I'm seeing at least 3 people. A woman who spearheaded, mastermind, whatever you want to call it, but allegedly he was part of it. Was he the mastermind? No. There was a woman who took point on that. 3 people working together under suspicion, under like very secretive. This is a plan that was hatched together. But was he the mastermind? No, it was a woman. It was a woman who was the mastermind, but he allegedly was part of it. Allegedly. Flora. Hey, Flora. Flora, the Naker Slayer. Okay. Because all Nakers must be dealt with. Let's see what, because I remember like people asking me questions about Hollywood and stuff before he was still alive. Now he's not here. And it's funny because someone was saying, I heard a conversation maybe about a month ago, like somebody had said something about whenever he passes, they were wondering if industry secrets were going to come out, if things were going to start to, I think it was a conversation in relation to like Jeffrey Epstein. And people were saying like Clive Davis is allegedly along that same weirdo, um, gross, evil empire energy, right? And it was funny. I was like saying, I remember saying to myself, like, self, they're talking about Clive. And look what, I swear it was like a conversation I saw like about a month ago. And but let's see what spirit got to say about it. But Hollywood falls soon. Because now one of these titans of industry, he's gone on to wherever he at. You know, five of so this is the third time this card has come out. We are here watching this live. So this 5 of Cups energy is very, very, very important as it pertains to this man. This is the third time this card thing came out. Y'all see me. This is why I do like my readings live like this. So people can't say that I'm making things up, that I'm just doing whatever. This is why I do my readings live like this. Because I don't want nobody to say I'm out here lying. Third time this card thing came up. Third time. And came up reversed. Okay. So far when it comes to the major arcana, we have had the Lovers card come out. We have had the Moon card come out. We have the World card come out. So it's like the major arcana cards are going from like earlier in the deck to mid deck to end of the deck. Now, answering this question, will Hollywood fall soon? No. Hollywood is not going to fall soon. But we have to see what types of actions are going to be taken now that he's no longer here. Because you have to understand what a lot of these industries were built for and what they represent. Hollywood is glamour magic. Hollywood is nothing but industrialized glamour magic, right? There are people individually who are starting to wake up from the celebrity spell, right? Because remember, Hollywood is an orchestration of masonry. Okay. Hollywood is a Freemason construction. Okay. And you have to go back to it's one of the videos that I did. And one of my mods, like Starry Eyed or somebody, like find the video. It was a live stream video. I think I did maybe like 2 years ago, where I talked about something about showing the like Hollywood is like a Masonic construction. And like I was reading an article. It was like an old Vanity Fair article. And the article was saying like the article was saying like going back to like the early like 1900s, people who wanted to be in Hollywood, a lot of them joined Freemasons in order to get into Hollywood. So that's an entire like Freemasonic it's a Freemason construction. And energetically, this is glamour magic and spell work, because you have to, and I'm going to probably go into an entire diatribe about it, not here but on a different live stream to talk about it. You have to understand the bread and the circuses that have been given to humanity. Hollywood is one of those constructs, right? But it was like a video I did from like 2024. It was like 2024. It was before I moved. And I was in the Vanity Fair article, because I pulled that shit up. So it's probably one of my live streams that have like the Vanity Fair article or something like that. I pulled that shit up. So you have to understand the construct. Will Hollywood fall soon? I don't see it falling soon. I see them taking some different type of action. Okay. Hollywood is going to reorganize. Will Hollywood fall soon? No. Hollywood is going to reorganize. Okay, so we have this Ace of Wands here. This is magic. Okay, this is magic. They're going to reorganize and do something else. Okay. They're going to reorganize and pivot and try to do something else. Okay. So the whole AI thing, like all of this is part of this agenda. Okay. So I want you all to make sure that you all are paying attention to how things are moving, how the technology and stuff is moving. But Hollywood is nothing but industrialized glamour magic. Okay. There is a reason Hollywood came about. Hollywood did not come about in any other country. It came about here in the United States, because the United States has a role to play in so many different things. Like I said, I'm not going to get into this entire diatribe, but energetically, I want you all to understand the game. Okay, so will Hollywood fall soon? No. They're going to pivot. But as far as with him, no. They're gonna make their changes, and I feel like there may be someone else who comes in his place. Um, oh, thank you so much, Sexy RN. Sexy RN is so sweet. She says, "Thank you for all you do." Thank you so much, girl. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate all my supporters. Um, I appreciate y'all. But like I said, thank you so much, girl. Thank you everyone who supports me. I really appreciate y'all. I do this work for y'all because I see the game. A lot of people don't see the game. But the spell work is breaking. I need for more of us black people to leave these people alone. Okay? Leave these people alone. I was listening to Sin G. She had a live stream recently where she was talking about black people don't stand for anything. And she was cooking. She was cooking. And I was just like, you know what, you're right. Because we can't come together for anything. We can't stop the white people worship. We can't all these different things. And celeb worship culture is a plague on the United States, not just black people, but it's a plague on the United States. It really is a plague. It's celeb culture, it's athlete culture, it's entertainer culture. It's a plague. It's a freaking plague. When you unplug from quote unquote the matrix, you can see it. But again, thank you so much, girl. Okay, now let me go back to these questions. Let me see. Let me go back to these questions. I gotta scroll back up. Okay, the next question is from Donna, and Donna asks, "Did whatever spell work for protection that Clive did for Jay-Z, Kanye, Beyonce, and others like them ended now that he's gone and can't sustain the work?" Okay, so I understand what you're asking. Okay, I understand exactly what you're asking. So Donna is pretty much saying that, you know, Donna's perspective that Clive Davis was doing a lot of protection work for celeb, and now that he's gone, um, what's going on? So that is Donna's question. That is Donna's premise. So let's get into it. I mean, listen, Donna, it's more than weave because people from various cultures have been wearing hair adornments for a long time. Just like with makeup, we've been wearing makeup and stuff for a long time. We've been doing stuff to ourselves for a long time. None of that, um, none of that is out here like some of the shit that I'm seeing, like people out here not paying their rent to go to people's concerts. Okay. You're not out here paying your rent because you're going to concerts. Okay. But anyway, I digress. Okay. That's so funny because answering Donna's question, we have the sun here in reverse. So this is the sun card. And this is the sun card. It came up. It's in reverse. Princess of Cups. Four of Swords. Let me see what's going on with this sun card. Interesting. Interesting. No. So the answer to this question, Donna, is no. There's going to be someone else to rise up and take his place if they haven't already. There's going to be someone else to rise up and take his place if they haven't already. So the answer to your question is no. No. Someone else will rise up if they haven't already and take his place. Nope. Okay, next question is from Donna. Okay, so Donna asked again, what was the real reason Clive got Nicki blackballed from the industry? Was it truly about the mock ritual him and the Grammy board pre-approved? Interesting. Thank you, Natasha. Listen, I really want to see how things are going to start moving because we are having an energetic change. I told you all 2026 is going to be a very interesting year astrologically because we have some things happening this year that haven't happened to the seven since the 1700s. We have placements and energetic things happening that hasn't happened since like World War II energy. We have the nodes, the north node and south node, they are changing signs. Saturn and Neptune both moved out to Pisces. They're into Aries now. Jupiter on June 29th is moving from the sign of exaltation, Cancer, and is moving into Leo, right? Um, we got the Mars and Uranus conjunction that is going to perfect on July 3rd, 2026. We have a lot of things energetically happening this year. And then we still have some more eclipses coming in August. So I want to see how all this energy, it takes a while for things to start playing out and unfolding. I want to see how all this energy is, what's going to happen. I honestly thought that, and we just had the summer solstice, right? Which is the sun moving into Cancer, the sign of Cancer, right here, summer solstice for the northern hemisphere, right? So that was a big energetic shift too, right? And see, one of the things that I figured out as well is that a lot of these celebs, not all, but some of them, they keep their birth times off of the internet so that people can't pull up a true and accurate astrological birth chart for them. Hmm. But I am looking into Clive Davis's chart because even if I don't have an exact time, I can look at major aspects and major planetary couplings as it pertains to this man, even though we won't have houses and we may not know his moon sign, right? We can still ascertain the energetic, um, a lot of the energetics of this person. So I'm looking into that as well because I'm nosy. I've heard so much about this man. So yeah, we're gonna see. Let's get into Donna's question. Let's get into Donna's question. Okay. So whatever reason, so I don't know anything about Nicki Minaj being blackballed. Again, you all know more than I do. Because again, I try not to pay attention to celebrities because bread and circuses, right? What I will say is for whatever reason, a lot of her trajectory was absolutely slowed down. For a lot of for whatever reason, her trajectory was slowed down. The forward momentum that she had was absolutely slowed down. Mm. So no, was the real reason that she was blackballed because of whatever this ritual was? No, it's something that she didn't want to do. It was something that she didn't want to do, and because she didn't do whatever it was, there was a plan to get rid of her. Because because it was something that the industry wanted her to do something, whatever it was. It was something that she did not want to do, that she said no to. Because she said no, they work magic on her. Okay, because she, whatever it was, she told them no, and magic was worked on her. The magic that was worked on her, because she said no, not only did it slow her career down, but um it made her risk of people working with her. It made her a risk. And I think that's part of, in addition to the alleged drug use, part of the magic was to make deem her crazy, to make her be crazy. to make her actions to what like that be crazy. So whatever it was that they wanted her to do, she didn't do it. And because she said no, it was some ritual magic to slow her career down and to make her look crazy. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, the next question is also from Donna, and she asks, did he ever do spell work with malicious intentions on Michael Jackson? That is a good question. That is a good question. That is a good question. Like, I remember when Michael Jackson died, I was in Chicago and I just couldn't believe it. My dad was at work. Um, I was at my dad's house, I was at home. I was just like, what? Like, this ain't what? I was like, this can't be real. I remember that. I remember that day. Not as much as I remember September 11th or when I found out that Aaliyah died. Those are different stories. Um, mm, wee. Wee. Okay, let's see. Was there any spell work done with malicious intentions? Oh my. Hmm. Interesting. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. Part of the reason from what I'm getting here is that Mike was, I want to say this is jealousy. I want to say this is jealousy. Mike had a hold on people, and Mike had a hold on women that a lot of people could never ever have, could never ever have. From what I'm seeing, this was jealousy and hate. Jealousy and hate. Jealousy and hate. It's just like the person that just attracts people, and people don't like that, they were just born with it, right? So, you got some hater who, out here trying to start rumors and stuff like that because they hating. I'm seeing this as hate. I'm seeing this as hate for the simple fact that he captivated people. Like Michael Jackson, and I'm not saying that any person was perfect. Every person has their good, their bad, right? Their flaws, their downfalls. Michael Jackson had just this natural magic that drew people in. It was too much. It was too much. It was too much. There were a lot of people who were just like, it was just too much. It was just too much. The way that he just had this magnetism that men and women, there will never ever be another Michael Jackson. Just period. There will never ever be another Michael Jackson. He had this energy, he had this magnetism, he had this gift of captivating people, drawing people in. There was hate. There was hate because I haven't seen any other person get to that magnitude. Now, maybe there will be in the future, but it's just like there will never, ever, ever be another Mike. I'm not saying it was Clive Davis, but I know Donna's asking about Clive Davis, but what I'm seeing is that this was hate. Whatever was done to him was hate because the way it was almost like it was almost like one person was like cornering the market. It was like one person was cornering the musical market, right? One person was cornering the musical market, and there were a lot of people in the industry who didn't like that. He captivated men and women. Okay. Something about that man that was just too magical. Something about me, something about that man that was too magical. And that was part of why he was gotten rid of. But Michael could also see. Like he could also see what was going on. But Spell work with malicious intentions? Yes. Hey, boo. Hmm. The next question is from Sweet Ace of Silhouette, and she asks, "Will any of his family members step in as his successor as a titan of the music industry?" Okay, that's a good question. I think they already have someone else in mind, but I want you all to understand titans of industry and how there are like one or two people that um corner a market, right? Um One or two people that corner a market, and sometimes it may be a handful of people, but like people talk about like Barry Gordy, people talk about um the other guy, the black godfather of entertainment. I forgot his name. That guy. They talk about him. They talk about Clive Davis, right? When it comes to technology, the titans of industry were like Steve Jobs, um, the Microsoft guy. I can't think of his name right now. And you bump one of them off, and then somebody else, tries to step in, right? Titans of industry, right? People who have so much global control. Then we have, Epstein. Epstein was a whole. Epstein was an intermediary that worked with everybody, right? So he was part of the shadowy cabal that's like doing things too. So, but understand, I want you all to understand things. Now, Sweet Ace Silhouette asks, will any of his family members step in? That's a good question. Let's see. Okay, so we have this Ten of Cups here. We have this Prince of Swords. We have this Eight of Pentacles. Prince of Swords in reverse. Eight of Pentacles. Three of Cups. No, I don't. I don't see any of his. I don't see any of his family stepping in to take over. I don't see any of his family stepping in to try and take over. No, I don't see that. It might be someone else, but I don't see. I don't see any of his family members like stepping in to take over, because you have to understand, everybody, like for example, you may have some family members that are a crackhead. You may have some family members that run a business. Everybody is not willing to step in and do certain things. Understand that these people who are quote unquote titans of industry, a lot of them are wicked people. Everybody is not willing to step in and be wicked like them, right? Everybody is not um ready to step in and do wicked shit, right? Um you have to be a certain type of person to get to certain levels, and that does mean fucking people over, doing terrible things. I'm not saying that there aren't any people who rose to prominence that never did anything good. I'm not saying that. But like when people say there are no ethical billionaires, there are no ethical titans of industry either. Okay? Because I want you all to understand things. Like we have like the 40-hour work week that goes back to Henry Ford, the titan of the American automaking industry, right? That goes back to Henry Ford. So a lot of things that are happening in society come from somewhere. And sometimes it comes from certain titans of industry. Certain titans of industry. Okay. We have the 40-hour work week because it was just like, okay, so we got to give the people something so that they can be happy. So they can shut up and still go to work, right? So I want you all to understand and apply history to things. Don't y'all laugh. Don't y'all laugh at me talk about crackheads. But I'm serious though. Everyone is not willing to be an agent of chaos. Is not willing to um do certain things to get to the top, right? Some people are. Some people are not, right? Some people are not. So just make sure you all are understanding things. Make sure you all are understanding things, right? But will I see any? Do I see any of his family members stepping in to do what he did? No, I don't see that. Okay. Now, Kevin, I know you be messy sometimes. Come on, Kevin. Come on, Kevin. We get into the energy of things. Now, it's your choice whether or not you want to ask. But understand, we here to get into this energy. Okay, so the next question is from Donna, and she asks, "Will Chris Jenner be stepping into the Clive role?" Interesting. Now, those people are some messy people who will do some of anything, because when you sell out your children, when you sell out your child to get famous like that, okay, okay, that's some wicked shit right there. Chris Jenner be stepping into the role. Let's see. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, so this is the second time we have seen this one here. It's the second time we've seen this one here. Yeah, when people are like getting into these roles, like it's not, it's business, right? For them, it's business. For other people, you see people. Like I just can't do that. I me personally, like I just can't do that. There are certain things that I won't do, right? I could be, let me just say, so much more when it comes to like live streaming and stuff like that. But I'm not here to be quote unquote big. I'm here to give information, right? Um, and there are just some things that I won't do as it pertains to this. Um, but there is business, and then there is, don't forget that you live in a world with other people. Don't forget that you have family. Don't forget that things like that. So I say that to say, um, sometimes people got to really be careful what they wish for, because do you want everything that comes with that? Same thing with, going into, entertainment, being a singer, being an actor, those humiliation rituals, uh-huh, humiliation rituals, and then potentially getting caught up in some things. Yeah, you got to be careful. You got to be careful, and understanding now that there's a shift between the old guard, aka Hollywood, aka entertainers, the big screen, sports stars, people like that, and the rise of the cult of personality with people online and stuff like that. So I want you all to understand things. I want you all to understand things energetically, understand these things. Will Chris Jenner be stepping into the role? She has been Chris Jenner has been considered. I don't see it being her. I'm seeing that if there is going to be someone else, there are some candidates. I see that there are some candidates, but do I just see it being Chris Jenner? No. If they are thinking about, and of course, every time you all ask a question, I'm answering the specific question. There are some people, there's a short list. There is a short list, and I will say Chris Jenner is on the short list. There is a short list of maybe like 2 to 3 people. Chris Jenner's on a short list. There is a short list. Okay. Sexy RN asks, was it really a respiratory infection that took him out? I sure wish we had his time of birth, because if we had that time of birth, I could dig into that chart, baby. But we do not. So I have his chart saved with the noon time, a time for 12 o'clock noon, because we don't have the birth date. It definitely is interesting so far. Okay, was it a respiratory infection? I took them out. Let's see. Is that what they're saying? Are they saying sexy RN that it's a respiratory infection? I don't believe that. Okay, so if that's the cover story, then that's the cover story. His time ran out. His time ran out. His time ran out as in I feel like there was a Faustian deal or bargain made, and that time when that bargain was up. Whatever deal that was made, maybe he allegedly made a deal with some type of spirit or whatever. The time was up. The time was up on that. Cover story is if that's the cover story, that's the cover story. But the time was up. The time was up for two reasons. One, the time was up. Two is it's time to bring someone else in. It's time to bring someone else in. There's a reorganization and a restructuring going on right now because a lot of people are waking up. But if they're saying he died of a respiratory illness, that's what they're saying. But what I'm seeing here is his time was up, and uh, it's like his contract was up. So if he did any type of spiritual contract or whatever like that, the time was up. This is what I'm seeing. The time was up, and it's time for someone else to step into that. And again, I'm seeing like three people here. I feel like it's three people on this short list. Um, so that's the cover story. Spirit says the contract was up and it's time for someone else to step in. Okay, it's time for someone else to step in. Because if you notice like in the entertainment industry, like remember like the different women who were like the high priestesses, like Madonna, she's still kind of hanging in there. And then like it was supposed to potentially go to like Lady Gaga, and then like you got what's the child name? The Kardashian, Kim Kardashian. And then it's just like, like people started catching on. Now I'm thinking that it's Sabrina Carpenter. I really feel like it's Sabrina Carpenter. Um that they are, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, Beyonce is there, but I really feel like it's Sabrina Carpenter. I really feel like she's the next one. And I've been looking at some of her stuff, and I just feel like I feel like she's just not just some regular quote unquote tart out here. And I don't want to be mean, use the word tart, but I really feel like it's Sabrina Carpenter. Uh, but yeah, his contract was up. Yeah, I really feel like it's Sabrina Carpenter. Because I ain't never seen or heard that child before. But if you look into like Sabrina Carpenter, the way I have, there are some parallels there, and maybe I need to do that because I really do have like a lot of like esoteric research that I'm just like I have all these bookmarks, I have all my esoteric research. I really think it's Sabrina Carpenter. I really think it's Sabrina Carpenter because they used and abused Britney, right? We had Madonna. Okay, Madonna was quote unquote the whore. Okay, Madonna was quote unquote their holy whore for so long, right? Madonna was the holy whore. Okay, energetic whore of Babylon. She was the holy whore for so long. Moving it on to okay, moving on. Who is going to be the next? Okay, then remember like how Lady Gaga was just like out here, just like like the Kim Kardashian stuff. Beyonce pretty much made it really really big. Kim Card like I really think it's Sabrina Carpenter. But let's continue. So that was answering Sexy Arian's question. His time was just up, and it's time for someone else to step in his place. But I really feel like it's Sabrina Carpenter the next one. Okay, we're going back to Donna. And Donna asks, will the money be moving funny after his death and show some financial discrepancies in him stealing from artists and people in the industry and money laundering? That's a good question. Like y'all have to understand like what you all are saying energetically. Yeah, we gotta do a Sabrina Carpenter stream. We gotta do a Sabrina Carpenter stream. Okay, because there are so many things happening in Hollywood at the same time. We gotta do Sabrina Carpenter stream. We have to because maybe it's there if you know what you're looking at. Yeah, see they've used Ariana Grande up. Ariana they've used up. They've used her up, but Ariana Grande and they've used her up. Ariana Grande that was energy siphoning there. They used her up because look at her now. Look at her now out here looking like Skeletor. Yes, I said it. They've used her up. She is no longer quote unquote relevant. They really use up the women. Like they use up the women. They siphon the energy off of the women. But okay, answering this question, will the money be moving funny after his death? Okay, so Donna asked about money moving. Okay, we got the 10 of Pentacles already. Will the money be moving funny? There may be some conversation. Now, there might be some conversations about money. I know someone asked a question earlier about will victims come out? I don't think victims of like Diddy level victim stuff. I think if there's anything that comes out, it'll be about money. If anything comes out, it might be about money. So 9 of Cups. If anything comes, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of money. So there may be things coming out about deals, record deals, deals that were shady business dealings. It might be something like that. So I'm gonna say yeah, potentially that. It's a possibility that yes, information about shady business dealings and stealing from artists might come out. But as far as like ritualistic Diddy level shit, I don't see that coming out. I don't see that coming out. There's a possibility because we got 1, 2, 3 money cards right here, right? Yeah, I see stuff like business dealings and stuff like that, shady business dealings. If there are any at all, I see that type of information potentially coming out. Mm-hmm. That question is from Donna again, and she asks, was he training Chris, Anna Whitmore, and others to take his place? I don't know who these people are, so I guess that's a good thing. Natasha says Madonna passed the torch to Sabrina Carpenter and Coachella. Really? That makes sense. That would make sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Natasha says Madonna passed the torch. That makes sense. That makes sense. And on the quote unquote Black people music side of things, there were Black artists that they couldn't find a Black artist, a Black woman artist to be quote unquote Black high priestess as good as Beyonce. Allegedly. Everything is allegedly. This is for entertainment purposes only. But they couldn't find one to come in like that. But remember, part of the, I don't care what anyone says, Beyonce marrying Jay-Z, it is of my spiritual opinion that that was a Titan business deal. I don't care what anyone says. That was to solidify rankings because they've tried with other black women artists. They've tried, they introduced certain ones and like see how it goes. None of them were able to, but part of that is also allegedly my spiritual opinion that work is being done to keep other black artists, to keep other black women artists from being as big as her. Because whether people like to admit it or not, they like the crown, they like the attention, right? But you know, they've been throwing ones out to see what's going to catch and stick, right? They've been throwing them out to see what's going to catch and stick. None of them has. Mm-mm. Yeah. So that is Q's spiritual opinion. But yeah, let's get into this question. Was he training Chris, Anna Whitmore, and others to take his place? Let's say, was he training Chris? Okay, Miss Anna Whitmore. Okay, so this side is going to be Chris, this side is going to be Anna Whitmore. Okay, this side is Anna Whitmore. That's a very interesting question. That's a very interesting question. Okay, so I don't know about training, but remember I said not too long ago that if there's a short list, Chris Jenner is on it. If there's a short list, Chris Jenner is on it. I don't know who Anna Whitmore is. I don't know who that is. But I feel like if there's a short list, Chris Jenner is on it. I'm saying it again. If there's a short list, allegedly Chris Jenner is on that. Chris Jenner is on that. Because, and then a lot of this is about making money as well. Chris Jenner can make more money than Anna Whitmore. Chris Jenner has a bigger presence and can make more money than Anna Whitmore. So if there's a short list, Chris Jenner is on it. I don't know who Anna Whitmore is, but you almost made it. You almost made it. From Vogue. Oh, Anna Wintour. Oh, yeah, no. No. Okay. Yeah. Chris Jenner make more money. Chris Jenner make more money. I see what you're saying now. You talking about old girl from, because that's the lady that The Devil Wears Prada is based off of, right? Yeah. There's okay. See, there's Vogue magazine, and then there is, see, Vogue magazine is high fashion. Kardashian is entertainment and regular world stuff. So choosing between the two, you have someone that got their daughter out there next to athletes, next to entertainers. Okay, Kim Kardashian has permeated the regular bread and circuses of the world. Because remember, she was with what was the NFL guy player that she was with, and then she was with somebody else, and then she was with Kanye, and then Ray J. I ain't never bought a Vogue magazine in my life. I don't care about high fashion. So we're talking about two different types of worlds. The bread and the circuses, where the control is, that's on the Kim Kardashian side. That's on the Kim Kardashian side. Anna Wintour, I ain't never heard that woman's name before in my life until maybe like 2 months ago. Never heard. You have to understand where the bread and circuses, it's gonna be a different. The bread and circuses is gonna be so much more animalistic. It's going to be on that side. It's going to be entertainers. Okay. It's gonna be them entertainers. Okay. My mom has heard of Kanye, has heard of Kim Kardashian. I don't think she know who Anna Wintour is. I never heard of Anna Wintour's name until literally like 2 months ago. Anna Wintour, no. Anna Wintour is a businesswoman. I don't see her energetically as Kardashian cruel, if that makes sense. But I think Kris Jenner is on the short list. I think so. Um, Kevin, I need for Kevin. Okay, y'all see Kevin's question? Kevin, I need for you to go to the wall, go stand in the corner, go stand in the corner, Kevin, because you asking this question, being out here being petty. But we already partially answered that because his contract was up. It's okay, Kevin. You can go stand in the corner for about 2 minutes and then you can come back out. Just for 2 minutes. Just for 2 minutes. And then you can come back. I'm not gonna send you in there for the rest of the stream. Just for 2 minutes. Just for 2 minutes, okay? Just for 2 minutes. Just for 2 minutes, Kevin, okay? And then we're gonna free Kevin, okay? Okay. Now we've answered part of the question before is that his time was up. The contract was up. I feel like there's part of this. I feel like there was some type of bargain Faustian deal, okay, that came into play. Now, let me look up something real quick because something is telling me to look at something. Oh, okay. Okay. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Part of his deal. His deal. That's what happened, Kevin. Now, I just looked into something. And if you know me and some of the content that I've been talking about, you would know what Clive Davis is or was, okay? If we're talking about a certain country, right? Use that to come to your own assumptions. But yeah, his deal in contract was over. The contract was over. The contract was over. It's literally time for someone else to be birthed into this. It's literally time for someone else. He wanted him. He wanted him. Yeah, he wanted him. Mm-hmm. He wanted him. Not saying that all of them are bad, but he wanted him. Uh-huh. So but his contract really was up. There is someone, I feel like the portal is open. I feel like because I'm looking at these cards right here, and we literally have a woman that's pregnant. We have the Princess of Pentacles right here. Okay, this is what this looks like. Princess of Pentacles. And then we have this Ace of Cups right here. Okay, so this is birth. Someone is being birthed or being made ready to step into this. His contract absolutely was over. His contract was over. His time was up. His contract was over. Um, his contract was over. So whatever contract, whatever the terms of that contract was, the contract is over. The contract was over. So that's what took so long. I'm really feeling like this is contract. This is it's contract. I'm getting contract. I'm getting deal with the devil. I'm getting Faustian deal. I'm getting all those things. The contract. The contract was up. The contract was up. Whatever the terms of that contract was, the contract was up. I feel like we won't know who this person is for a while, but I really feel like because we're having some major energetic changes this year. I really feel like these nodal changes, right? I feel like these nodal changes, the South Node is moving into Leo from Virgo, and then the North Node is moving from Pisces into Aquarius. So I really feel like these nodal changes and these eclipses, I really feel like they're going to be important this year, because there are a lot of things that are changing that are happening. And then especially because we just had this 30 something year Saturn Neptune conjunction energy, right? Um, I feel like we won't know who this person is for a while, but I really feel like this person is being birthed, groomed, whoever it is going to be stepping into this position. But his contract was up. His contract was up. Okay, Kevin, you can come out the corner now. You can come back out. Um, you can come back out. Okay, the next question is from Kevin. Again, Kevin asks, what's going to be revealed about Davis in the industry now that he's passed away? Good question. You can come back out now. Yeah, I think a lot of people have like, so when people make contracts, right? When people make spiritual contracts, sometimes their contracts are they want to reach a certain level of fame. Sometimes the contracts are longevity and fame. Sometimes it's money, right? Whatever it is that they ask for. But I think that when it came to his contract, part of that was longevity. Same thing with Alan Greenspan. Alan Greenspan died at 100 years old. The man was 100. He was also one of them people. Let me make sure but before I say that, yeah. So Alan Greenspan was also one of them people. He was 100 years old as well. So we have these people who are on these longer length of time um contracts, time plus money. And then we have some that are just like fame, it really depends on what people ask for. But I was like, damn, like Alan Greenspan, like his ass is still alive. It just really depends on what people ask for. Hmm. Kevin said he free, but taking the tacos with me. Ha ha ha. Kevin, jokes on you. Mr. Hoodoo was downstairs making us tacos for dinner right now. So I'm still getting tacos. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, Alan Greenspan one of the people too. So, what is going to be revealed about Clive Davis in the industry now that he's passed away? Okay, okay, okay. Let's see. Control. One of the things that possibly will be revealed is control, the way that he controlled things. Um, not only control things, but like it was either his way or the highway. So like control. I don't want to say he had a temper, but like control. He wanted control, right? Control. Um, yeah, this is a lot. Control. Unfair treatment of people. So going back to business dealings. So I'm seeing control, and I got three major arcana cards here. So control, unfair treatment of people, unfair treatment potentially of artists, control. And I really feel like information about like he didn't care. Like there's a facade that people put on because they have to pretend to care. Like I feel like he didn't care. I feel like a lot of what made him bad was like he didn't care. But again, when you become a titan of industry like that, caring is not on the list. Yes, control. Okay, y'all remember that movie, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle? The hand that rocks the cradle, that controls the movement, rules the world. Okay. This is why there are people who ask for money. You know, like, do y'all remember like growing up, people would ask you that question, do you want money or do you want power? And a lot of people said they wanted money. I don't want to say smart people said they wanted power, but the smart people said they wanted power because with power, you can get the money and you can get other stuff, right? Some people have these contracts and they make these contracts and it's for money. No, baby. You ask for power and you ask for longevity. You have to have the longevity long enough so that you can do with the power what you want to do so that you can build a legacy that's going to stand the test of time. Dummies ask for money, and I say that respectfully. Dummies ask for money. People who are really about this life, they ask for power. Okay. And a lot of times, I don't want to say you have to be a psycho. You have to be a psycho. You have to be wicked. Okay. So control freaks. Why? Because when you get to control an industry, you can make money in the industry or you can control an industry, right? You all got to think about being a psychopath. It's about control. Psychos want control. Okay. Degenerates who grape people, it's about control. Yeah, it's weird that degenerates, it's about control. It's about control, the power to control. Power to control. Power to control. Okay. Right, Natasha. Natasha says someone can easily come steal all your money, but the power is forever. The power, because with the power comes the influence. And with the power, you can get the money. Okay. This is why a lot of people, control is a real thing. So understand control as far as controlling what people do on the internet, controlling laws and policy, controlling banking institutions, control. The control comes from the power. So, what's some of the things that may come out about him? Control. How he faked caring about people, how people did what he wanted to do because he had the power to make or break their careers. Control, that he really didn't care, and possibly how people were mistreated. Okay. Okay. So I want you all to understand, understand things. Understand things. Regular people just want a little bit of, they just want enough money so that they're not suffering, so that they can, get all their needs met. No, baby. These people want control. Control of masses. Okay. Control. Palantir. Control. What I want you all to understand something, right? I want you all to understand something. Y'all know, and let me just pull this up. Because they tell us all the time. They tell us all the time. Palantir, the tech company, refers to from Lord of the Rings. Palantir is an indestructible dark crystal ball used as a communication device. Okay? It allowed users to see events, happenings in faraway places, communicate telepathically across different. This is from Lord of the Rings. They tell you what they are going to do, people. They tell you what they are going to do. They tell you in their names and all. So that's what Palantir. That's what Palantir is. Okay? That's what Palantir is. Understand the games. And when I say the games, understand the energetics of things. Don't just look surface level. I want you all to dig deeper. That's what Palantir is. Okay? Y'all got it? Okay. Understand. Understand the game. Understand the game. Understand the game. It's right in front of our faces. Look deeper. Okay, so Donald wants to get in a little bit more about Nikki, but yeah, understand the game. Y'all can go look this up for yourself. Go look up what Palantir means and understand why the people who founded this company named it Palantir. Understand the game and then understand the technology and the surveillance state. Pay attention. Pay attention. Mm-hmm. Yep. Starry eyed. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. They wanted her to do something like some type of lascivious, like they wanted to slut her out. That's the best way I can say it. They wanted to slut her out. They wanted to slut her out. They wanted to slut her out. The way that they wanted to do it, she said no. The way that they wanted to do it, she said no. Hmm. The way that they wanted her to do it, she said no. And they tried to pay her. She said no. Something about like I feel like the word that's coming to my mind is like almost like they wanted to her to participate in some type of SNUFF. SNUFF. I kind of feel like they wanted her to participate in something like that. But slut her out and participate in SNUFF. That's what just popped into my brain. She said no. Okay. I can only tell y'all what spirit is telling me. And she said no. They wanted to pay her for it. She said no. Like bad, like the terrible degrading being tied up like some real low down degenerate shit. Like some real gross degenerate like some Epstein type ish. And she said no. And it was going to be in exchange for her rising rising in that power, right? Rising in power. She said no. She said if she was going to do certain things, it was going to be on her own terms. Yeah, I feel like this was back, and I don't, y'all know more than I do. I feel like something is telling me like 2008, 2009. Something is telling me like around that time period, because what just popped into my head is when I lived in Chicago, when I was leaving my condo and getting into my car. Like I remember where I lived, that was like it's between 2008 and 2010. So Donna probably knows better than I do whenever things started to get weird with her, but something is telling me like this was whatever this was that they wanted her to do was between like 2008, 2010. And she was just like, no. Like they asked her like numerous times and she was just like, no. Like she's not doing that. She would be fine with allegedly sleeping with a producer or director or something like that. But this was some real degenerate. This is what Spirit is telling me. This is some real degenerate level shit. And she was just like, no. She was just like, I like that is like no. SNUFF is what came to mind. Like it was almost like they wanted to participate in they wanted her to participate in doing that. Like not even like this is like some and it was either this or this and you can rise, rise or no. And she's like, "Nah, I'm good." So, ew, that was pretty disgusting. Let me close the curtain a little bit because I can't see. Ew, that was a little disgusting. For me to even like read that, for that to come into my mind, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. Sorry, I had to close the curtain. Yeah, this was some real bondage, like SNUFF, like nasty 8 millimeter um movie gross type film. And she was like, no, that's what I got. That's what Spirit told me. I can only tell y'all what Spirit tells me. So, you know, do with that what you will. Hey, positive queen on purpose. Uh, Next question is from, okay. Next question is from Donna. Yeah, I feel icky after that. So you just gotta excuse me. Uh, Next question is from Donna. Donna asks, "Was Clive attracted to Whitney?" Okay, now we saw this. We saw this one earlier. Was he attracted to Whitney? I don't see him as being attracted to her. No, I don't see him as being attracted to her. No, I don't. I don't see attraction there. Mm-mm. I don't see attraction there. I do see this woman that makes him money though. Um, and make sure that you keep your questions on Clive Davis and like his orbit, whatever this man name is, Clive Owens. I don't remember this man name. Keep your questions on Clive and like around, dealing with that. Um, was he attracted to her? No, no, I don't see attraction there. I feel like from what I'm looking at here, how can I say it? He kept her close to him. He kept her close to him because she was a good money maker for him. Attraction, no. Attraction, no. A money maker, yes. And I feel like he either may have did or done something to her to mess up her mind. Like I feel like he did something to her mind. But yeah, I feel like he messed up her mind. Attracted to her? No. 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 Money maker? Yes. And I feel like he was a person control. So he did whatever he could to control. Um but I'm feeling like moneymaker, keep her mm, keep her keep her close to him. Keep her close. Like I feel like she was a prized possession for him. Keep her close, but I feel like he did something to her mind. Attraction, no, I don't see attraction. But I feel like what Spirit just said is like a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. So like he had this hold, this power on her, and he kept her close because yeah, there were other people that he dealt with, but he knew the power of having her close. He knew that, and I felt like he kept a hold on her. I felt like there was some type of energetic leash or something on her, and I feel like he did something to her mind. But attracted, no, no. Okay, so Donna asks, is Tina Knowles a potential candidate? Okay, so a potential candidate to potentially take to step in place. Let's see what Spirit has to say about it. Y'all, this is no, she's not. She loves her family too much. Yeah, no. The answer is no. She loves her family too much. No. Like she's good where she is and she loves her family too much. She will do some of anything for her family, but she won't do that. Okay, the next question is from Natasha, and Natasha asks, is Diddy gonna snitch on Clive? Let's see what Spirit got to say. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. Miss Knoll, she is good with what she has. She loves her family too much. But Miss Knowles has plans of her own for her family, but she don't want to do that. She don't want to do that. Is Diddy gonna snitch? Ooh, let's see. Interesting. I don't feel like he will. I don't feel like he will. I don't see that. I don't see that. I feel like there's still some type of I feel like there is some magic between them that's still linked and that's still active. Like I feel like I feel like there is a spiritual contract between Diddy and Clive, allegedly, that is still present even in the event of Clive's death. I'm just telling y'all what Spirit is telling me. Spirit is telling me these things. Like there's a contract in there because people sign contracts all the time. Okay. And Diddy will do whatever to defend his money. And I think part of that is be quiet. Part of that is be quiet. If you be quiet, okay, if you be quiet, you can still keep what you keep your kingdom. Because remember when the whole Diddy trial was going down last year, right? I told y'all he wasn't going to get that time. Why didn't he get that time? Because him not getting the time was to protect the industry, right? Him not getting that time is to protect the industry because if he can go down, one of the other titans of industry, if he can go down, then other people can be vulnerable too. He got that little bit of time to protect the industry. See, all these people have made these different deals. Some of these deals last even into the grave, right? Is he gonna snitch? I don't see it. If he does, that would shock the shit out of me, but I don't see it because he wants to defend his empire, and he doesn't want to upset the powers that be, because just because Clive is gone doesn't mean that there are other people who can't do things, right? Remember, Diddy is a titan of industry for black people, for black entertainers. There are people in these circles that are way above that, right? And that's why I said Diddy getting that little bit of time last year. That was to protect the industry. That was to protect the disgusting things that happens. Right. That's what that was for. Okay. Do I feel like no? I don't feel like he will. I don't feel like he will. He's gonna be quiet because he wants to keep that money and quote unquote he wants to keep it too. Um. Okay. So the next question is from Donna. She asked, and I'm probably gonna go to about 5:15. It's 5:02 right now. So I'm going to try and get into as many other questions as I can until like 5:15. So we got about 15 minutes, right? The next question is from Donna. She asks, why didn't he ever crown Ariana Grande as the next high priestess of Hollywood? Oh baby, I already know the answer to that, but let's see what Spirit says. But I told y'all, I told y'all last year, people were just like, oh man, did he gonna get these 15, 20 years? I told y'all, no, he's not. No, he's not. And I told y'all, remember we did those readings, the beginning of the trial, the middle of the trial, the end of the trial. I told y'all he's not gonna get that time because as soon as I start hearing the verified court testimony about people not saying things and everything like that, I'm like, okay, that's that work right there. I told y'all he wasn't gonna get that time. I told y'all he wasn't gonna get that time. He wasn't gonna get that time. I told y'all last year he wasn't gonna get that time. That was to protect the industry. Did he had to have this trial and just look because he already knew that the feds and stuff was coming to his house and all like that. That was showmanship for the public, like to feel like finally someone's finally going out. That was showmanship for the public. I told y'all last year he ain't gonna get that time. He's not gonna get that time. Told y'all last year. Let's answer this question. Okay, so Donna asked, why didn't Clive ever crown Ariana as the next high priestess of Hollywood? Her mind ain't right. Her mind is not right. Okay, we have this Nine of Swords here. We have Temperance in reverse here. Her mind ain't right. But her mind isn't right. But she is I'm going to tell you what she is. Ariana Grande allegedly she's a multi-personality at MK Ultra. She's an MK Ultra the sex kitten energetics. She's yeah, that's what she is. But she's not in her right mind to be the next high priestess. She's MK Ultra out. Split person out, multiple person out. She cray, okay? But she's in that programming. She's part of the sex kitten programming. That's not what she that's not what she is. She's not stable enough to be that type of person. So because she's not stable enough, no, she's MK Ultra. She is part of the Lose My Mind group. She's part of like the Miley Cyrus, the what they did to Britney Spears. She's part of that group. She's part of that group. She's part of the Child to Hollywood pipeline, MK Ultra, sex kitten programming. That's what she is. Yeah, like Britney Spears. Yeah, that's what she is. She's not stable enough to be that. She's not stable enough to be that. She's too cutesy for that. She doesn't command a presence. She's too cutesy for that. She's not powerful enough for that. And because like you can see her, all those different altars that Ariana Grande didn't had, but look at her now. She is look at that child. They have used her up. They use the women in Hollywood up. They siphon the women and children in Hollywood up. They siphon their energy. Okay. They siphon their energy. But that's why she too cray cray. She's not made for a role like that. Okay, let me see. Um, she is Donna. You have to understand. Okay. So let me explain something. So we're gonna answer this question, but let me explain something to you all too. She is, but for black people. She is for black people. How many times have you heard someone say they're not paying their rent so they can go to buy tickets for her concert? She is for black people. She's not the glamour magic for the world. See, Michael Jackson was powerful for everybody around the world. One of the reasons why he was taken out. And Michael Jackson could also see. Beyonce is this for black people. Okay? She is for black people. Her charms and that type of magic don't work on all the white people and all the others. They don't respect her enough. The industry doesn't respect her enough as that. That's why you have who? You have Madonna, you had Kim Kardashian, right? She is for the black people. Okay, so understand. Understand. No, she doesn't. They're not going to do that. Remember, a lot of these people are still racist as well. They're still racist. They'll use you. They'll use you. But a lot of them are still racist too. She can't be the black queen over everyone. She can't. She is the black Madonna. The black Madonna. Okay. Understand things. I want you all to understand things. Okay. Okay. Understand things. It's not that it don't work on white people. They don't want it to. Because look at how like she was allowed to move into country, but she's not received by a lot of white people. Okay. You need look at how both black people and white people like Kim Kardashian. Black people and white people will defend Kim Kardashian. Black people defend Beyonce. Okay. Understand that racism still exists. Racism still exists. Okay. Racism still exists. Why was she never considered? Okay. Okay. Four. It's not about works on the masses. This is still racism. It's not about whether or not the magic works. They don't want it to. They don't want her to be the queen of all. They don't want her to be the queen of all. She can't be the queen of all. She is still just as much as a pawn, but they figured her control is best. Her control over black people is best because most black people, the power of the black consumer is important, right? The power of the black consumer is important. They can put their messages and agendas to work through like Beyonce and Jay-Z, right? It's Okay? It's okay. Remember, Michael Jackson had everybody around the world. Everybody around the world. Okay? Michael Jackson was more popular and toppled their Elvis, toppled their Beatles. Okay? There are limitations put on where Beyonce can go and what she can do. There are limitations put on that. Okay? They still won't give it to the white people. Okay? Still gonna give it to the white people. Right. And she's right. She still submits, right? So understand things. So why was she never considered by that? That's why. That's why. Now she's useful. She's useful, but they're keeping her in her own lane. They're keeping her in the black people lane. They're keeping her in the black people lane. Okay, for black people because they have control over like 95% of black people, especially in the United States, because black culture black culture from the United States runs the world. They allow the culture to run the world, but not necessarily the people, right? They will use our culture for different things. Consumerism, paying attention to things, forgetting about things, not fighting over things because, you know, so that's they are the king and queen of the black delegation. Okay. The global cabal, which I personally think is ran by them people from that country, my spiritual opinion, won't allow that. Okay. So yeah, why was she never considered to be the next? She is. She's just for us. Okay. Because please believe I see them all the time. I be on Twitter. I remember when Cowboy Carter was coming out, I was looking at the people on Twitter. Oh, she's not a real country artist. She just wants to be white. Look at her platinum blonde weave wig. Like, understand these things. Understand, she's not for them. She's not the crossover for all of. She's not for all of them people. She's not. She's for black people. Okay, because they will fight you over Beyonce and Jay Z. Okay, on Al Gore's internet. They will fight you over them. You're just jealous, and such and such. And did you fight with Kendrick Lamar? And this, that, and it's just like fucking stupid. But anyway, um, yeah. So that's why. That's why. But looking at these cars, why was she never considered? Yeah, I mean she was, but she's still part of. So yeah, she. Yeah. Uh oh. Uh oh. Screen went black. Okay, y'all still here? Okay. Yeah, she's not the foundation. Why was she never considered? Because she's not the foundation. She's not the foundation. I want you all to go back to understand who created Hollywood. Understand who created Hollywood. Understand who created Hollywood. I'm gonna say it again. Understand who created Hollywood. And when people create things, they create things in their own image. Who created Hollywood? Okay. Understand who created Hollywood Entertainment. Yeah, I want off of this planet too. I want off of this planet too. But I'm still here. I want off of this planet too. Who created Hollywood? Who created it? Okay. Who created it? Okay. So yeah, yeah. She's meant to ride in her own lane. Mm-hmm. And she does have that magic, but she's meant to ride in her own lane. But it's still um I don't want to say subservient, but She's still being paid by them people. So, um, okay. We are going to get out of here. Okay. Yeah. Hey, good evening, good evening, good evening. Okay. Oh, this is a good question. Okay, so Kevin has this question here. This is a good question because I've been wondering this too. Okay, just a couple more minutes. Just a couple more minutes before we get out of here. Just a couple more minutes because I did leave Mr. Hoodoo downstairs by himself to come be live with y'all while he's making a lovely taco um and bean dinner. My favorite tacos. Y'all know black people tacos. Black people tacos and crunchy tacos. Got some beans down there, some sour cream, some tomatoes, all like that. It's gonna be delicious. But yeah, I'm really gonna go in a few. But I do want to answer this question. Let's see what Steven has to say. Kevin asks, was this contract built on blood sacrifice or ritualistic contracts? Interesting. Okay, so success, money. Success. Okay, what type of success? Blood. I'm seeing blood. 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 Blood contracts. Blood. Yeah. Blood contracts. Blood contracts. Blood. Yeah, blood contracts. And it's funny because we have this emperor sitting here. Okay, the emperor in reverse. This is important because if you look at I have taken a gander at Clive's natal chart. He has an Aries stellium. He has like 5 or 6 planets in Aries. He has like 5 or 6 planets in Aries. The emperor is Aries in astrology. I mean, in tarot. In tarot, Aries is the emperor. The emperor is someone who what? Who has control and power. So blood contracts. Blood contracts. That's why seeing this emperor is so significant because blood contracts. We have seen the emperor and we have seen the sun. Clive's natal sun in his chart is in Aries. Blood contracts. Blood contracts. Oh yeah, absolutely. Ritualistic blood contracts. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Blood contracts. Wow. E. Yeah, this is a lot. It's not the worst, but this is a lot. Um, yeah, this is a lot, but yeah, this is blood contracts. Blood contracts. E. Okay. Let's see this because I see this person right here as the Beyonce author Blue Ivy is the next high priestess. Yeah, I'm really gonna be getting out of here. Really gonna be getting out of here. Oh yeah, the blood contracts absolutely real. It's all what people sign up for. You don't have to sign up for things. Blood contracts other ritual contracts, sex contracts. That's why you have to ask yourself, like, how bad do you want certain things? Are you willing to work the long way? It may take you 7, 8 years to break into the industry, or you can just have meteoric success overnight. Which one do you want? Right. Ten of Cups. Not yet. Okay, so answering this question, and the question, I really don't want to answer questions like this because these are children. Um, Adults can do what they want. These are children, but not yet. There is still some type of protection on her. There's still some protection on her, but I feel like there's some type of preparation going on behind the scenes. But has she been offered yet? No. But there's still some protection on her. There's still some protection on her. But y'all, please do not ask me questions about children because I'm not here to be looking at anybody's children. But to answer this question, no, not yet, because she's still protected. Now she is being looked at. She is being looked at as far as the industry. Has she been offered? No, not yet. There's still some protection. Okay, still some protection. Okay, this is a good question too. I'm just trying to get through like a few more of these questions before I get out of here. This question is from Sexy RN. Sexy RN asked, did he ask Whitney's mom to sacrifice her or offer her up? And when I say not yet, it's just like she's being looked at. She's being that child is being looked at. She's being talked about in industry circles, but they're still protecting on her. Like she's still protected. It's like she's being protected as much as she can, right? But she still is being exposed to certain things, right? Um, she's exposed to certain things because she is part of an industry family, but she's still protected. Now, getting to this question from Sexy RN. Here we go again. The threes. This was a group. This was a group effort when it came to Whitney. Group effort, and whoever the woman is, the woman has something to do with it. I need to stay with these right. I want this one right here. What is this? What was this about? Okay, so I'm getting more clues about this. So it's kind of like, so, and I don't know, do you all know? Or do you all have any inkling? And I really hate asking this. Do we know, if anything, what her mother got as a result upon her death? This is interesting. She definitely was drugged. She was drugged. Group effort. I don't think he asked. I don't think he asked. Okay, because, whoo, child. What is this about the mom? Because I don't really know anything about that. What is it about the mom? Okay, Donna asks, one day can you do a members video on my spiritual breakdown opinion? Why are these people, the smalls, extra beautiful to black people? What is it about? Why they like this. Okay. So Donna is asking, one day, can I do like a members only video, spiritual breakdown or spiritual conversation as to why do you mean the I people are extra brutal to black people? Is that what you mean? I mean, we can look into it. We can see what the spirit has to say about it. I can do that because then judgment, death. So part of this was about money. So part of her, somebody was supposed to receive money. Somebody was supposed to receive money upon her death, but it had to be like an accident death, like an accidental death, an accidental drowning. It had to be some type of accident. So this, from what spirit is saying, this is about money and like her death being blamed as like being an accidental overdose. So like it couldn't be murder. Like it couldn't be murder. But like somebody was supposed to get some money out of this. Now I don't know about the mom. I don't know about the mom, but somebody was supposed to get some money. It was like somebody was waiting for money. Somebody was waiting for money. This was money that was supposed to come. This was money, 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 but like it had to have been like an accidental death. It had to have been like an accident, a freak accident to try and get this money. But there were multiple people involved. I don't see that the mom sacrificed her, but I do see that there was a woman involved. But like it was a planned death, but it was made to look like an accident. And somebody was supposed to get some money. Somebody was supposed to get some money out. There were like 3 or 4 people involved in this. Um, I don't want to say sacrifice, but this is like this is one of them old. Let's just kill him for the money. But it was ritualistic at the same time. So it was a ritualistic death, but it was also like an act. The death had to be an accident. It had to be some type of accident. It couldn't be like an obvious murder. It had to be like an accident. There were motive. It's like 3 or 4 people involved. 3 or 4 people involved. 3 or 4 people involved. Yes. Yeah. It's like 3 or 4 people involved. Money. 3 or 4 people working together, but the death had to be like an accident. It had to be an accident. It had to be, like, oh, died in a car crash or like in a plane crash or died of an overdose or, it had to be something accidental. It couldn't have been like a murder or anything like that. But it was ritualistic, but it was money too. 3 or 4 people involved. Uh-huh. Okay, y'all. All right. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get out of here. Hey, Fuzzy Boo. How are you doing? She does. Like her family has their own magic going on. They absolutely do. They absolutely do. A lot of people are blind to it. Okay, y'all. Yeah. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna get out of here. Let me go see what Mr. Hoodoo is doing downstairs because he has made us dinner. I'm gonna get out of here. So this was a very interesting Clive Clive reading, seeing what spirit has to say about this. That man wanted power. That man allegedly had whatever type of Faustian deal he made, it was made for longevity and it was made for power, power to control and to be a titan of the industry. Okay. Um, yeah. Yeah, he made some type of deal. He made some type of deal. And his contract was up. His contract was up. I don't know who the next person is gonna be to potentially take his place, step in. But from what Spirit said, there is a short list of about 3 to 4 people. with possibly Chris Jenner allegedly, maybe this is entertainment purposes only. Chris Jenner allegedly entertainment purposes only being on that short list. Other people were considered, but some people said they will do whatever they can for their family, but they won't do that. Um, did a lot of things for money and for power. A lot of things for money and for power. Some real cabal degenerate level type shit. So, um, this is interesting. This is interesting. So, um, yeah, it was. It was pretty dark. It's pretty dark. Um, absolutely pretty dark. A lot of people have facades, but I don't want to say there's spiritual darkness behind a lot of people because no person is, like 100% a sugar plum fairy, right? But there are people in the industry who they have like glamour magic over them. And it's just like at some point the mask slips and you have to see it. It'll slip and it'll go right back up when you see like who they are, like for real. Right? Ray J is one of those people. Ray J he's dangerous enough, allegedly, maybe. Entertainment purposes, only my spiritual opinion. He's one of those people, he's dangerous enough. Right? You have other people who are just goofies, and then you have people who are dangerous enough. Right? So, yeah, um yeah, so that was a lot. Um y'all have to get into the comment section after this video, tell me what y'all think. Um yeah, I'm going to go because today has also been an energetic day for my mom. Mama Hoodoo had to put her cat to sleep. One of the kitties, we've always had cats our entire life, and today Mama Hoodoo had to take one of her last living cat babies and put her to sleep because she was just sick. She wasn't eating. She had kidney problems, probably had cancer too, and she just wasn't eating and anything like that. And so I have to go console Mama Hoodoo again. She just sent me a text message. So pray for Mama Hoodoo because she's sad. Like I said, we've always had cats growing up, and every one of the cat babies, they only live about 13, 15 years. And she had to put the cat baby down. So Mama Hoodoo is sad today. So I'm gonna go console her. I'm gonna talk to Mr. Hoodoo. I'm gonna see y'all around these YouTube streets. Yeah, get in the comment section and let me know what you think. Thank you all for being here. I love y'all so very, very much. I'm gonna go.